All right, everyone. Like we said, stock market keeps going up. Group chat ads keep going up.
We're booming.
We have two special guests with us from Lunar Mail, both from the hometown of Michael Jordan, so that's a good sign. Ben and Brooks from Lunar Mail. And so I got a chance to experience the product last week. I got to be your QA guy. It's only fair that your QA person's an Indian. But
expensive QA. Yeah. Indian from the U.S. Yeah. You got to go back to the homeland.
Yeah. But I'm going to let you guys kick it off and explain what you guys do, and then I'm going to kind of walk you through what I think about it too. So why don't you guys go for it?
Sure. First and foremost, thanks for having us. We're big fans of the pod. We're really excited to launch our very first product, like literally launch. It's our first ad and everything with the group chat community. So we hope that all you Cathys out there will support us, and we're super grateful to be here. So Lunar Mail will allow you to generate disposable emails on any website, service, or app that you use. Now, why might you need something like that? Well, there's actually a number of reasons. You know, today more than ever, and a trend that will obviously continue, we're all going to be online. So whether we're browsing a personal blog or looking for a recipe for dinner tonight, looking to learn a new skill, and most definitely shopping online, which so many of us do, we're being asked for our personal email address up front. And it's actually not the best idea to give out your personal email address for a number of reasons. I'll give you a few. One is that you're going to be retargeted like hell. You know, I signed up for Feed Socks not long ago, and your boy Taylor has shipped me 7 emails since signing up 2 days ago.
He's a big retargeter.
Another reason is the fact that, you know, a lot of these e-commerce sites, personal blogs, et cetera, they're just selling your data. They're looking to make 10 cents for giving someone a valid email address so that someone else may target you. And another one is the fact that, you know, if these sites are not already a victim of, they will soon most likely be a victim of a data breach. In 2019 alone, there were over 1 billion email addresses that were leaked online. And so a lot of you thinking right now probably like, why does that matter that my email address is out there? Well, if your email address is out there in kind of the web, and any bad actor and hacker can easily come across it, it's a real threat to your identity and security for a couple of obvious reasons. One is, I mean, whether you're just looking at your social accounts and you have 2 credentials to log in, you enter your email address and your password. With today's password cracking tools, it's not too difficult to just figure out what that password is after, you know, you let some script run on it for a million shots at it. All the way up to your banking institution. I bank with SoFi, and all they want is my email address and my password to log in. And having your email address out there is for one of 2 credentials that are really important to your life is a big deal. And we should really be protecting our personal email addresses a lot more. And then the other one is not so damn serious, is the ability to capture and take advantage of these first-time shopper discounts. So back to Taylor's softest damn hoodies on earth. The first thing you do when you hit his website is he prompts you with enter your email, get 15% off of your first order. Well, if I've been to feetsocks.com before and I've actually already entered my primary key in this case, which is my email address, I can't take advantage of that deal. But with Lunar Mail, with one click, you can generate what we call a rover, which is a disposable email address, and then immediately get that forwarded to your primary inbox and take advantage of those first-time shopper discounts as much as you want. So
I like that.
So we're advertising how to take advantage of feetsocks.com right now.
So we're really excited about, you know, putting money back in people's pockets right now, especially in crazy times like this. Obviously, we're all shopping online a lot. And you can do all of this for literally $2 a month, less than a Starbucks coffee. And we think that it provides a lot of benefit, a lot of security, and is well worth it. Additionally, as I'm sure you guys will reiterate for us, you know, we're also offering the group chat community a promo code, which is group chat, which will allow all of you guys to also get a free month using it. And after that, if you don't like it, cancel at any time. No commitments, no nothing. We're just looking to provide great value and really protect some online consumers out there and users.
So let me ask you a question. That was a great background. does the email that you create get forwarded, or do I have to check another inbox?
It's a great question. It's a question we've gotten most often so far. No, you do not have to create this is not a new email service.
Okay.
We're creating email addresses that will immediately forward to your primary inbox.
Got it.
So this is great for porn.
Yes. Pete needs to go out and generate a rover and update his Pornhub subscription right now.
Yep.
So all the things you sign up for that you're embarrassed for, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah. That's right. When Pornhub suffers that data breach, your boy Pete at gmail.com is going to get
How did this get turned on me?
So the use cases are protecting your data, obviously avoiding. So if that particular email account gets sent spam, you just get forwarded anyways, but that's fine. You can unsubscribe off that or no?
No. So that's a great question as well. So Ben here is actually the engineer who created this Chrome extension for us. So with one click, you drop it down from the Chrome toolbar. You can turn off any email address at any time. You can even turn it off and then turn it back on. So let's use the Feet Socks example since we've been blasting him all day. If he keeps spamming me over the next 3 days, I've had enough at this point. So I can go in there, turn that one off, and then I'm no longer getting those emails that were sent to the rover address. So you're always in control of spam. You can turn it off and on at any time you want, and we even keep a track of those things for you so you can go back at any time and see how valuable the service is because you've blocked X number of emails.
And can you create unlimited number of email addresses under the rover account?
Yeah, so we're starting off with 20. And as we stated earlier, this is our very first ad. This is our product launch. We want to make sure we don't accrue some $1,000 bill with Amazon Web Services.
Yeah.
So right now we're limiting to 20, but then all we're asking for is will you email us and tell us how you're using the product? We'll gladly give you, 5, 10 more rovers. We're not going to charge per rover or anything. We just want to protect ourselves from abuse and obviously budgetary constraints with AWS.
And then $2 a month, you're offering obviously the first month for free. Is the idea here that, from a Facebook and Google perspective, retargeting, if you get hundreds of millions of people to use this, you're going to kill all of our retargeting pools because we can't follow you around anymore, which isn't great for marketing. So if I'm Mark Zuckerberg, I'm trying to shut you down.
Yeah, that Facebook pixel will not be nearly as effective.
Yeah.
But here's the difference. It actually is still effective unless the vendors or the sites abuse that right. Yeah. I have no reason to go in there and turn off the Feet Socks rover that's delivering good coupons or not spamming me all the time. I have no reason to turn it off. I'll keep it on because I'm using that site. I plan on using it again, whatever it may be. So we're putting the hands back. We're putting the power back in the hands of the online consumer.
Yeah.
But we don't think that this immediately just kills all e-commerce, funnels and retargeting and all that jam.
No, I obviously see all the benefits to the consumer. I'm trying to think of how do you get the businesses on your side as well? And just thinking about it from that perspective.
Yeah, I think separate from that, I think everyone needs to understand the dark web is not some fantasy in the movies. It's real. There are hackers daily. Just if they have access to your email address, they are just A/B testing your passwords on bankofamerica.com, Chase, any financial institution. And I've actually been notified by a financial institution that said my password and email address have been exposed. Change your password immediately.
Yeah,
and if that account had been hacked, it would be very bad news for me.
Yeah, and I think what I'm realizing is just where this use case, people who are younger, a little bit more savvier, maybe because they're using two-step authentication, things like that. But that's a very small percentage of the population still. And I see older people. Yeah. I was just talking to my father-in-law how one of his friends completely got hacked and he's now struggling to figure out even how to trace it all back. Right. This seems like a no-brainer for someone that doesn't want to bother with two-step authentication on every single site. And I don't know, it just feels like it makes sense for a lot of the population.
From the consumer side, there's no point in giving someone your email address if you don't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, to you guys' point, go ahead, bro.
No, after you.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, and to you guys' point, we all live our entire lives online. We're all really connected, and that's not going to change, right? And these big companies are not going to get good overnight at protecting our data, especially when there's no incentive for them to do so. We really kind of think that we're on the verge of a change in consumer behavior where people are going to start to realize that they need to take small steps to secure themselves online versus relying on the people who own their data to do it for them. So we see ourselves as a tool that gives people the power to take a little bit of that security back.
That's amazing. Well, I mean, congratulations on launching, and you guys are launching it with group chat, which is amazing. So that makes me feel really, really good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The code, if you want to get a free month, is group chat. No space. It's lunarmail.io. And then if you want to continue, it's $2. I mean, look, if you're poor, you probably can't afford $2 a month, but I don't think our listeners are poor.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, I don't know what to. If you're wasting, you can't afford $2 a month, and you're wasting 3 hours a week on a podcast, you're fine.
On a business-focused podcast, you're not figuring out the business part right.
Congratulations on your launch. We'll share all the information on the website, but it's lunarmail.io. It's only available on Google Chrome right now, correct?
Yeah, not exactly. So the Chrome extension just makes everything so much easier. If you're browsing websites or shopping, you can click one thing from the email form field and just have it auto-populate, or you can drop down the extension. But we also have a dashboard, which you can get to from the website. It's just dashboard.lunarmail.io. So then any browser can use it. You'll just generate your rover, which is the disposable email, from the dashboard.
Got it.
And then copy and paste it into wherever you need to use it.
Okay, great. So you can use it from any browser. I got to experience it via Google Chrome, which was super easy. Well, congratulations, guys. Thank you for supporting us.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Hopefully we can send a ton of users to you guys. And I'm going to go maybe sign up on some risque stuff now.
Live like Pete for a day.
Yeah.
It's a good life.
I can imagine Pete's browser. We need to do a search one day, like a surprise search. Some sick shit.
Okay. We're not going to go there. Need that.
Well, thanks, guys. Take care.
Appreciate you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. How's everyone doing?
Doing good.
It's Monday. Haven't seen you guys in a couple days.
Yeah.
It's hot.
It's freaking hot, man. No wonder everyone's just out like there's no quarantine.
Yeah. I mean,
It's hot, and I have some bad news.
What?
I'm cracking during quarantine. What week are we in?
7?
6,
I think
7?
we're going into 7, right?
This week would be 7.
What happened?
Dee's going to be disappointed.
Oh, no.
What'd you do?
I started reading a book. I picked up a book this morning and started reading.
What was
To be
it?
fair, before you jump in, I read books all day. Most of them are 6 to 8 pages.
They're called articles for group chat?
No, books for Dom.
Dominic.
Oh, nice.
Like Thomas the Engine, we have a whole Thomas the Train. We have a whole series of 8 books that are maybe 10 pages each.
Altogether, I'd say you probably read an impressive amount of pages.
I probably read 100 plus pages a day.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're Bill Gates.
Yeah.
On Think Week.
It's great.
What was your book?
You actually gave it to me, Bitcoin Billionaires.
Oh, it's a good one.
It's really good.
It's
I just
really
started it. I just read like 20, 30 minutes. It's so...
Especially for you.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Those guys, I mean, I'm only very early in the book. They're so damn impressive.
Who, the Winklevoss?
Yes.
Yeah.
It changes your whole perspective on
Dude,
them.
these guys...
They invented the Facebook.
Forget that.
Yeah.
In high school, they're like real intellectuals, and it's so sad that the movie portrayed them as like jocks. They mastered Latin in high school and made them like go to a Jesuit priest to like learn Latin and like translate medieval books.
But think about the fact that they invented the Facebook. They learned Latin in high school. They are some of the top guys in
Olympians.
Bitcoin, and they're jocks. They're also Olympic rowers.
That's like, this is, what Aryan power is all about. They're great white men.
They are.
They are. So when people talk about like white supremacy, they should be fighting for them. Not fat, what's her name? Nancy, what's her name?
Karen?
Not Karen. That's not white supremacy.
Yeah.
We don't want any
White people should be protecting the Winklevoss at all costs.
Protect the Winklevoss.
Those guys are superheroes.
They are.
Totally.
They're revolutionized. They're early on 2 revolutions in technology.
Yeah.
And they're
insane.
what, 39?
Yeah, they're under
Not
40,
even.
I think.
Yeah,
Not
they
even
got the worst rap.
I mean, they're
Ever.
billionaires.
Yeah.
Who cares?
No, I'm sure they don't. Well, I'm sure they do care.
They do care.
because
Of course
they're
they care.
actually intellectuals. They're not just jocks.
Yeah. Yeah, they got the short end of the stick. You're gonna love that one.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay,
Unfortunately,
great.
they went against the worst nemesis of all time.
Yep,
If it was anyone else, they would have won. They just went against
that's true. Anyone else?
the most.
I mean, just
He's
even
toppling governments. He could take down two.
Totally. That was his early warm up.
Yeah.
You know, take down a
Crush
couple
these two
Winkle
tall
by.
white guys.
He probably got so much like from that. He was probably like, okay, I can take on anything.
the
Yeah.
one funny story that's super early in the book. When they were doing the mediation, he had the mediator come over to the Winklevoss twins because they just were like, let's get the lawyers out of the room and let's go mano a mano and talk this through. And he goes, I have security concerns. He thought he was going to get beat up.
Yeah, I remember
and
this.
It's insane.
They had everyone around the glass room, just in case.
Yeah.
He's such a puss. He's like such a savage, but also a puss at the
Well,
same
I mean,
time.
physically, he's a pussy.
Yeah.
He's smart. I'm sure the Winklevoss would have thrashed his brain into the ground.
Oh my God! If they would have caught him like before anyone really, Oh my gosh. Okay, Pete, you got anything to say about that? Anand's a reader now.
That's pretty cool.
Pete's too busy signing up for fake email accounts to sign up.
Yeah, he's already
You already got like
hold
4
on.
down.
What did those guys say? Hold on a second. Okay.
And then one other thing.
Yeah, give us,
It's going to ruin Dee's night. The king, our king, Dee's king,
Yep.
LeBron James posted he was riding Peloton last night.
Damn, rough
Yikes.
morning for D right now.
Yeah. I mean, it was bound to happen. LeBron's a loser.
I never thought I'd hear those words.
Really happy we have this all recorded
Oh my
right now.
gosh. Can you just make a clip of that? I'm going to need it at some point. I don't
Just have
know
it on
when.
repeat.
Maybe next year when the Lakers win the championship and D's like, blah, 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 I'm just going to play LeBron's a loser. LeBron's a loser. Oh my gosh.
Here's an interesting Peloton. So the stock went up on Friday. And the reason why it went up is because they had 23,000 simultaneous users for a class
Yep.
that their top instructor was teaching. And it went up, the stock went up 10%, which is $1 billion because 23,000 people showed up to a class.
Yep.
To put things in perspective, El Presidente, Dave Portnoy, has 70,000 people for 4 hours opening up boxes.
Yep.
And Barstool's worth $450 million.
He needs
And
a better
the-
banker.
He
what?
does need to do
He needs a
better.
better banker.
Yeah.
This is just, I mean, people think I hate Peloton because it's a bad product. I've never rode the bike. I'm sure it's fine. I'm personally not interested in riding a bike that goes nowhere, but I understand most people aren't trying to go anywhere in life, so it's fine. But
Don't you run on treadmills?
no.
Ever?
I haven't ran on a treadmill in like a year.
It's because he moved into
Now
a
you're
place
going
without a
somewhere.
treadmill.
Yeah.
All the park-
All of a sudden, now D's going somewhere.
I'm going somewhere in life. I don't run on treadmills.
Got it.
It's funny is my wife said, do you want to get a treadmill? And I was like, it would really ruin my shtick if I had a treadmill.
Yeah. You need to make like a Gary Vee type photo of you with a quote
Yeah.
that says, I don't run on treadmills. I'm going somewhere in life. And post that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do it with Iconic. Get a poster.
That should be your type of motivation.
But I just, the stock went up 10% because 23,000 people showed up for a class. Doesn't
Yep.
even make sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't at all. And this is what I think. I think the same way that like there were these overinflated things that got wiped out in this, I think there's going to be these things that are overinflated in the quarantine.
Yeah.
That once we start to go back to it, like once people are allowed to ride a bike again,
That's gone.
those classes are going to go back to fucking nothing.
Nobody. And I'll give you the best example. I'm going to jump topics.
Jump around.
Zoom, which has been the biggest winner of this whole thing,
Yep.
is officially over.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over.
Because frickin' the Winklevi killer
Yeah.
came in for a new victim.
Yeah. He
And
was like,
Anand pretty much watched the light bulb turn on in Zuckerberg's head.
yeah, and he was like, I mean, Clubhouse is never going to see the light of day. Poor guy.
Do you think I'm going to get deposed one day? Like you were in the clubhouse room.
I
where
hope.
Zuck was
I hope
stealing-
for social, whatever it's called. What's the movie called?
Social network.
Social Network Part 2.
Yeah.
There's Anand. Like, so what happened was we were in a quarantine.
Drop the club.
It was Thursday night. Oh my gosh.
But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, so Facebook announced today via Messenger, which is like, Messenger is like where they test stuff because, you know, it's useless.
Yep.
Like, yes, a billion
Messenger's used like internationally, not here.
a billion people use Messenger, but
Is
like no
Messenger
one in America.
encrypted?
Pardon?
Is Messenger encrypted?
No way.
Like, what purpose does it serve up against?
It's people on
It's just
Facebook.
people on Facebook.
But don't they have its own app? It's
Yeah.
like, why not just have WhatsApp?
It's just for diehard Facebook users.
Okay.
And so Messenger is where they've launched it, and as their first kind of foray into video communication. It looks oddly familiar. It looks exactly like Zoom.
Yep.
I haven't tried it yet. I'm sure it's coming to Instagram. I'm sure it's coming to WhatsApp, and that's it for Zoom.
I mean, this is a house party killer too, right?
No, the Facebook Messenger?
Yeah, because once it's
Facebook,
on Instagram,
I mean, isn't
here's
this
the-
everything? Like, isn't it mostly perception of why house party, Zoom, Google Hangouts, all these things are different? Isn't it slight variations?
Very slight.
Like you could make, in theory, you could make something where you could hang out with your friends and you could also have work meetings on the
Right.
same app,
Yeah.
right?
Well, so the house parties positioning themselves, Zoom during the day, house party at night. Like
Yeah.
they're the social hang, Zoom's your business hang.
Yeah.
The one, like I agree, Facebook can clearly build this product. They have the talent. I just think their brand has such a stigma that it's going to be tough to track. Like Instagram and WhatsApp already have lock-in. It's
Yeah,
done.
I agree.
We're never leaving those platforms. I don't know if Facebook can create the next product. And the regulators aren't going to allow them to buy the next innovation.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that. I mean, I think also there's something to like perception of when you're jumping on a work call saying, hey, let's jump on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. Like if Facebook feels like, doesn't feel like the place for that.
I agree with that. I think they do have a brand issue that from a business to business perspective, Zoom, if they focus on encryption and they focus on the small business person, for the interesting thing is this Zoom rise showed Facebook or showed everybody there's a personal level to it that's so good. That's better than FaceTime, unfortunately. Like FaceTime is just not good when you see how good Zoom is.
Yeah, I mean, it's a simple feature that whoever's talking pops up in the big screen.
Even just the quality.
Yeah, no,
like
it's great.
FaceTime is just not good.
Yeah.
So Zoom has effectively entered the marketplace and said, you know what? When normally things you would have done on FaceTime, you're going to move to Zoom now.
I mean,
that's where Facebook and like once Instagram has that feature built into it, we're already on it all day.
I mean, sorry.
Go ahead.
I just purely cut you off. I feel like Apple should be making a real hard run at updating FaceTime right now.
Yeah.
Because that's built into all your shit.
Yeah.
If FaceTime was great,
Yeah.
you
No, I
wouldn't
agree.
even need. I mean,
I think it's tough, but I just love the speed of this little guy. Just boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
When Clubhouse coming soon. He might as well just say it.
He should just do it tomorrow. Why are you waiting? It
Yeah.
works. It's a cool idea.
Yeah.
yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. Before people, he would try to buy. Now he just does it.
Do you think
He's noticeably been absent from Clubhouse.
Because he already got what he needed.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, Naval, this, that. Oh, Naval, come on over here. I can just do this over here."
Yeah. Do you think that Zuckerberg ever goes like, Bill Gates used to be one of the most ruthless
Yeah.
people. Do you think that Zuckerberg is like curing,
Down the line?
Yeah, diseases down the line?
I
I
think
mean, he's so young, right?
Yeah,
I know, so
think
like
that's
30
part of the
years?
problem. Yeah, it's 30 years from now because he just peaked so early.
Yeah.
And Bill Gates at this age was also a billionaire, but it was a different time. Like we didn't really know. We just heard about this young guy that was a billionaire. We didn't really know anything about Bill Gates. But in this time around, like we've seen Mark Zuckerberg grow up, and we don't have nice things to say about him.
Right. Who's more
Yeah, there's a
absent
whole-
from the public, Kim Jong-un or Sheryl Sandberg? Where is she?
Good one, man.
Yeah.
Good soundbite.
I saw her on Bloomberg, and she was
Maybe
just
she died.
She was just that was a good one.
What?
The Kim Jong whatever.
Wait, what?
His little soundbite.
Oh, no, that was a good. No, I said maybe Sheryl Sandberg died.
Yeah.
I just can't believe. To me, that is one of the most irresponsible handlings of a personal brand ever.
Yeah.
Is Sheryl Sandberg writing all these books?
Yep.
I mean, I know successful women that credit Sheryl Sandberg with changing their lives.
For sure.
Wow.
And now shit gets tough, and you are nowhere to be seen for
Yeah.
years. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
when was
been-
she really out front, like a part of anything? 2 years ago?
Probably the book run.
Yeah.
Speaking on a woman CEO, if you really want to, which I was impressed with, and I'm not, to be fair, I'm not a fan of the business model here either. The real CEO, Julia Wainwright, I saw an interview with her on Bloomberg. Fucking impressive.
Really?
Like backstory.
She's the founder too.
She found, yeah, I think she started, I don't know if she actually started or she started with the co-founder, I forgot. But she was there from the beginning. She used to be the CEO of pets.com. She talked about how that failed. She's had
So she's been around.
She actually was the CEO of a company that's biggest product was a card game.
Really?
Yes, in the 90s. And
so she's been through a bunch of shit.
Yeah, Pets.com was the first .com crash.
Yeah.
In like 99,
and she was CEO then?
Yes. And she was the founder, kind of fumbled. Then she came in. And then in 2011, she started what is the Real today.
It's a good book there, about resilience.
Yes.
Plan C.
Yeah. Plan C.
How? It's so annoying to me that someone look, I think if you take the position and make a bunch of money off of
peddling
motivation, when things get tough, it's like, all right, here, it's game time.
Yeah.
Like, let's see how you put it into action. If
that's going to be your persona, you have to act.
What if she came out with a book that says the sequel, Lean Back?
Yeah, lean back. How to know when to shut up.
Yeah, how to know when your boss is a weasel.
Collect the check and shut your mouth.
Because the other assumption is Zuck just sidelined her. Then she needs to quit and talk about that.
Absolutely.
No, it's too much money. We're talking it's billions of dollars. She's a billionaire.
Yeah, but I'm just saying now you're a billionaire.
No, but there's just, I understand that theory. If she was 28, like the WhatsApp guys, or 30s, they can go fuck off and then talk bad about it.
But here's my theory.
Everyone else did it.
But she's older and she's very established, and we are calling it out, but no one else is.
My only thing is, that's totally fine with me if you haven't written all these books and taken a stand about doing the right thing and all that stuff. It's like you at that point have to fall on your sword then.
Yeah.
It's like you have to. Yeah. You made yourself this person.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't lean in because I work for the most powerful guy ever.
And I kind of like it.
Yeah, just write it, I'm sorry. Just write it, you know what? Don't always lean in.
And guess what? Have you guys seen my boat?
Yeah. This is what leaning out gets you. Oh my gosh. Can we talk about Kim Jong-un? Is this guy dead? What's going on?
Adios, Kim Jong-un.
I mean, it's his sister stepping in. Obviously you can't trust a damn thing, but supposedly he, clutched his chest and fell to the ground early April, had needed heart stent surgery. It either went wrong or whatever. He's in vegetative state. Those are all just reports. Of course, North Korea says he's totally fine, better than ever.
Even South Korea is saying that there's nothing wrong with him.
I saw that he's in some resort town apparently.
I think he's dead. He's been murdered.
That was gonna be my next question. So is he dead? And then was he murdered?
He was 100%.
So he's
an unhealthy guy, though.
He's 300 pounds and he smokes multiple packs of cigarettes from every report.
But he's 36 or something? How old is he?
Yeah,
but at that that lifestyle, you can get it at any
36?
time.
300 pounds?
300 pounds, you can just.
And smoking cigarettes like that?
And eating babies or whatever he does?
300 pounds.
Smoking multiple packs of
cigarettes. If he was 47, sure. 37, you can kind of do whatever you want.
I feel like you're always at risk at that body type.
He got smoked.
So the question is, did he get smoked by the military or by his sister?
I mean,
is that what the background
we'll know by who's in charge next.
Who's in charge?
Yeah, that's how we'll
if there's
know.
A little fat female version of him that becomes powerful, then we know.
Oh, have you not seen the photo?
Has there ever been a female?
I don't know what his sister looks like.
Skinny.
Whoa, scary. Scarier than him.
Has there ever been a ruthless, murderous female dictator?
Sure. We're about to see one.
She gonna break the glass ceiling.
She's the new Sheryl Sandberg.
Yeah, for dictator.
You know what? My chauvinistic pig misogynist brother, I killed him.
Yeah, I'll kill you too.
Not Lord of the Rings. Game of Thrones. There was
no one.
I didn't watch that.
Okay. Nobody's watched that.
I mean, everyone watched it, just not. Okay, so when do we find out?
I mean, so he's been absent from the public eye since April 11th, I believe. Mm-hmm. There was a huge celebration April 14th that was praising one of his grandparents, and it's a huge fireworks. He wasn't there. There was no explanation then. Then the reports started coming out over the last kind of 4 days, and then TMZ pronounces him dead.
Yeah.
TMZ's never wrong.
But TMZ's never wrong.
They're not.
They got someone over there in disguise.
Yes. There's TMZ's CIA. TMZ's probably backed by the CIA. They don't get anything wrong.
Yeah. That's why I trusted it. They've done that before. Yeah. Not with world leaders, but it ended up being right.
Who's the source?
Yeah, Dennis Rodman.
They just know. Harvey's got guys everywhere. He's just sipping that water. Calls his buddy in North Korea.
Dennis knows.
So
Yeah.
there is a report that TMZ is basing it off reports from Japan, and they just announced it here.
Yeah.
Don't know if that's true.
They're just not wrong.
Well, we'll find
It's a
out,
bold
man.
claim.
If he's still alive, we're all fucked, though.
I'll tell you what, we already got hit with some memes about it. Like Kim Jong-un's the type to fake his death and then murder everyone who celebrated. Or Kim Jong-un's surgeon the moment he walks outside and it's like the Grand Theft Auto 5 stars. So the
Memes are
internet's
great.
already on it.
Botched surgery was the funniest. I mean, come on.
Come on.
He probably has good surgeons, is my guess.
You would think. Okay, how about this? Coronavirus, bad news for lots of industries. We're hearing about more and more every single day. Exceptionally bad news for the fentanyl market. So curious if this has an actual impact on overdoses and all that stuff. It seems like fentanyl was really just like taking people out. But what I had no idea. I knew that fentanyl came from China. Didn't realize Wuhan was such a big manufacturer.
Wuhan is now coming out to be the worst place on earth.
Worst place on earth, bioweapons.
Bioweapons and fentanyl. I mean,
And eating
fentanyl
bats.
effectively is a bioweapon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's killed more Americans than Corona has.
So the
Way
route
more.
is, so Wuhan sends coronavirus to the whole world. They're sending fentanyl to Mexican drug cartels.
Yes.
And then they're making the heroin there, is that right? Or
They
does
mix it up there.
mix it up there.
Yeah. And then they're also just chowing down on bats and shit and ostriches and like
Well, I
weird.
mean, life's good. Have a bat.
How
I got
did
an
we
idea.
not
Just
know?
bomb Wuhan.
I mean, I consider myself, to know a little bit about the world. Never even heard of this place. It's the most dangerous
I know.
place in the
Yeah.
world.
I know. The secret's out.
Season 8, Narcos is Wuhan.
100%. Did you see that there's like new, like sort of, I think more reliable reports coming out that, not that it was like a bioweapon that leaked, but that it was a virus facility where they were testing things and blah, blah, blah. And that somebody did just accidentally take it home. Like somebody got infected from working there. And there's reports that is very likely.
And
I
there's,
believe
did
that. I
you
just
see,
don't believe the bat thing.
did you see
No.
the
It's
reports
a convenient excuse.
I agree.
that like the facility got hacked, the World Health Organization got hacked? I've seen some tweets. I have no idea if it's like fake news or not, but
Yeah.
they claim they're all hacked. And there was one story like in November, they were just like dumping excess chemicals in the river in Wuhan from the facility.
I mean, we do that here. Why wouldn't we do it in Wuhan?
yeah.
Yeah, but they're peddling freaking coronavirus.
Yeah.
They're just pouring a little bit of that as a mixer into their local river, just seeing where it happens.
Wuhan rocks.
Gosh. Another thing that I heard, just this is just once again disclaimer, like heard a bubbling up of reporting, but there was apparently like an LA police officer that said that he used to deal with one suicide a week, and now they deal with about 5 a day because of the current.
Really?
Yeah, I believe
and
that.
so I just wonder, I don't think we'll ever see that reporting fully, but you're starting to hear these stories of like, oh, there's the other side of, completely demolishing the economy. And what's the death toll there?
I mean, one of the bigger losses we had is Kristen Cavallari and Jay Cutler are filing for divorce.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big loss.
Can we have a moment of silence?
And, that is probably...
That's white
a
supremacy.
That is a cause of 3 kids, quarantine,
Yeah.
6
So
weeks.
it's funny.
That leads to divorce.
Only the strong survive.
And probably his terrible football
God.
career, but we won't touch on that.
He got paid though.
Yeah.
They were quarantining in a
Bahamas.
resort town, right?
I think
Was
in
it-
Bahamas.
So even in the middle of like
Can't
a
save it.
5-star resort,
Nope.
quarantined.
But I do
Relationships
think
get tough.
on a more serious topic, the suicide thing, I think is actually going to affect kids the most,
Yeah.
more so than older people. I think the older people, financial kind of despair will lead them down that path. I think for younger people, think about it like senior in high school, like supposed to be your best time of your life. You're probably not going to get to walk and graduate. You're not going to go celebrate with your friends. Probably the last time you see a lot of those people. Like, I think it's pretty devastating for those transitional grades kids.
For sure.
When you say
Like-
senior in college, like you're
Yeah,
now
that's-
out into the world, you didn't get to graduate, and you have like so much debt.
I know, but senior in college, like, I was like, get me the fuck out of this place.
I think you were-
Senior in high school, I was very leaving high school was very emotional. Leaving college was not. I was like, yeah, whatever. I never want to see these kids
you'd already
again.
started your business, so you're ready to move on. Most people aren't. And I think the big difference is senior in high school, at least you're from the same town. So even if you go elsewhere, you're going to come back to the same hometown and run into folks.
Yeah.
Senior in college, like at SC, there's a lot of people that I interacted with that I've never seen again.
I'm okay with that. I didn't want to see this.
Yeah.
People. I would have kept in touch.
But at least you have closure at graduation. Like, hey, I'm probably never going to see you again.
Yeah.
This was just kind of abrupt. And
I think about like you have that job lined up, you have that plan, you're about to move out to New York or LA.
Yeah.
And then you like literally there's no sign of when that job could even come back. You now are back home with your parents. You see this bill of debt and you're like trying to get a job as an Uber driver.
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's
I
devastating.
mean, you can't really Uber drive.
Uber Eats.
So what can you do? What can you do?
Postmates.
What's your job?
Collect money.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sit on that
You don't even have
What do you do
unemployment.
for the? I'm a money
You
collector.
have to get fired.
You don't even have unemployment. You've been in freaking college.
Some people work in college, so that's actually a possibility.
Some
So you
Sure.
can still collect.
Some. Okay, how about the fact that, can we talk about the fact that Taylor looks like he has a brand new tan?
I mean, everyone in Southern California has a tan. The beaches are popping.
We're Florida now. We talked all that shit about Florida,
Yeah.
and Newport Beach is Florida.
Orange County is the new Florida.
Yep.
That's
Everyone's
what it
tan.
is.
So there's a big heat wave in LA. It's 90 degrees. By the way, I think they turned off the AC in our office
Yeah.
building.
No, permanently.
Okay, so they're cutting costs. But the beaches are flooded. People are out. Everyone's Instagram is them tanning or outside somewhere.
Yep.
So we're Florida now.
So I'll give you my first tan experience. I'm sure Taylor could tell you his sandy beach stories. We went and saw our in-laws, my in-laws, this weekend, and so I got to drive. I drove around Huntington Beach because we had to go to the store, and I was like, man, the streets are real crowded. This is early in the morning. This is 7:30, 8 in the morning, and I'm like near their house. They're about 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah,
from
you
the
could
beach.
see the water right from there.
Yeah, and I go, why are there cars everywhere? Like, is there something going? I'm like, it must be the protest. That's what I thought it was. So I start driving, and I say, a lot of people walking, a lot of surfers, and then I was like, no one's wearing shoes either, which that's a whole nother topic I'll bring on. I get closer to the beach on PCH. There's like, I think it's like U.S. Open going on. There's like
my
10,000 surfers. It's all at that early in the morning, at 7:30 in the morning. It was all surfers. They're parking a mile away. They are walking with a surfboard for some reason with no shoes. Which let me clarify this with any surfers out there. You go out to the ocean. You're walking 1 mile to get to the sand, right? I understand why you don't want to carry anything because it could potentially get stolen or whatever, right? Why not have a cheap pair of flip-flops, leave them on the sand, like, a noticeable place where you can go get it later, and then hope that they're there on the way back so you don't have to cut your feet on the way walking there.
Maybe
Nobody had shoes on.
Maybe the theft is so widespread in surfing world.
You're just like, fucking, my feet are going to kick.
I think that's too smart. Like, I think if you do that every weekend, you're like, fuck it. Like, you've gotten 3 pairs of sandals stolen. You're like,
if you're
I'm
going
walking.
surfing, the least dangerous part of your day is walking to the ocean.
I mean, you're walking 1 mile. It's far. So I get to the beach, and what's prevalent is no one's wearing masks. There was 2 people standing in line at a coffee shop. They were wearing masks. But for the most part, people are just going on with their day, and no one gave a shit. They closed the parking lots, but the beach is open. Golf courses were open this weekend in Orange County.
So only
People were
Orange
golfing.
County, right?
This is Orange County. In
Orange
Los
County's
Angeles,
pretty MAGA, though.
And then city of Los Angeles, the beach area was open for walking and exercise, but you couldn't sit on the sand, and the parking lots were closed.
So you could, like, walk down the boardwalk in Venice and stuff.
I believe so, but you could not sit in the sand.
That poor skate park. Just wait a week. Through all that sand.
That thing's gone.
But-
I mean, what do? You're going to get out there and broom it?
Well, so here's the thing. Newport Beach, super white, super MAGA. 40,000 people head to the beach this weekend.
That's an insane number.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Let's assume Newport Beach is New Orleans.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, then that's on the beach. And 40,000 black people pull up.
Yeah, you had a controversial tweet.
Yeah.
You did? What'd you say?
Yeah.
You had a racially charged.
I said I need a Russian social media farm to conjure up a picture of 40,000 black people on the beach in Newport. And I want to post it. I'm like, can you believe these people?
You think people would be more outraged? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
If
you
it
think
was-
because it's white people, no one cares?
No one cares.
Dissect
You know
the
what?
YouTube or the Instagram comments because there was like 40 some odd comments.
Yeah, because here's
Yeah,
what
that's
people
true.
said. People said it's don't make it think about race. So I don't want to make it about race, but unfortunately it goes there because what the comments I heard throughout social media is like they're exercising their freedom. They're allowed to do whatever they want, and they went to the beach. If it was an ethnic, one kid wrote, "What if it was Asian people?" I'm like, they would have called the National Guard and gunned down that beach.
my
Oh,
God.
yeah, you kidding?
There's just been a drone missile. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. They've invaded Pearl Harbor again.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just, and I don't think, I mean, no one should be at the beach personally, in my opinion. We're so close. We're at the finish line. Like,
Yeah, we're going to fumble.
here's the problem is everyone's saying it's amazing how dumb so quote unquote pundits are. They're like, look at the mortality rate in California, blah, blah, blah. No one died. I'm like, yeah, because we've been quarantined, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
If we didn't do that, we would have been New York City.
Yeah, we did
where
so
literally
good.
it'd be a disaster.
Yeah.
Yep.
Makes you realize how stupid people actually are.
Coming from the state where
I know.
they're protesting in the streets like
with,
it's Mardi
with
Gras.
with assault rifles, everything.
They have assault rifles?
Yes, they were all bearing arms.
Jesus. Did you guys see this? Go ahead.
No, as contagious as COVID is, New York City, 1 week, if you just look at the data, if they shut down 1 week earlier, 12x the cases that 1 week had. That's how it was doubling.
I mean, look, here's the good news. And I don't mean to sound like the mayor of Las Vegas, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Like now you'll see.
Yeah.
The same way you saw Mardi Gras happen and then you saw this crazy uptick in New Orleans, like you'll see if Orange County is just cracking off with Corona, then now you know.
The hospitals have to be terrified down there, right?
Yeah, you would think so, right? They're
Even
just
if they
sitting there.
haven't, the wave hasn't happened.
That's what I feel the worst for, right? I mean, imagine those people that like had to go in, sacrifice their safety, and now you see all of this, and you're like, well, here you all come.
So-
I'm going to see you.
So it's a mayor down there that decided the beaches are legally open.
The Orange County, I think, I don't know who in Orange County decided it and what
like
body of
council
government.
members or whatever.
Yeah. Maybe they have their own president of Orange County.
Yeah, they probably do. It's called Donald Trump.
Yeah, exactly. And they just said, fuck it. And the parking lots are closed, but people are going. And it's just like, I get it. And I'll even take their side for a second. This is what I could tell from just watching people interact was, if you really think about it, people in Orange County, let's just take that for example. Forget the rest of the country because I don't know what's going on. People in Orange County probably don't know one person that has had corona. Not one person. They're watching the news. They quarantined for 4 weeks. And they're just like, okay, I don't know anyone. My job is ruined. My this is that.
My business is zero.
My business is zero. And I don't care anymore.
And it's the equivalent of the South, how don't take away my guns. Orange County's don't take away my beach.
Yeah, I mean, if Orange County didn't have the beach, no one would go there. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so I think like what's happening is that, you know, if you haven't, and here's the reality. I went to a coffee shop there and 2 out of the 8 people standing in line were wearing masks. If you go to
2 out of the 8?
Wow.
Only 2, and they were much older than everybody else.
So are they like
Only
interacting?
half the people had shoes. Forget masks. Half the people only had shoes because they were surfing.
I feel like you're more triggered by shoes than
I think the
paper
shoes thing to me is insane. Do you know how gross this side of a street is?
Yeah.
An asphalt? It's called asphalt. Ass.
Keyword ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Preface is ass.
Well, I guess we'll see if this herd immunity thing works. I mean, did you guys see these reports that like potentially Corona's been in the U.S. since the fall?
Yeah.
And there's also those reports. I need to read it. There's this like study out of UCLA or something that way more, whatever. The point is, I'm not even going to try to quote it because I won't know it, but like way, like 20x times the cases actually exist than what we know. Also, I know that New York tested at random 3,000 people and 13% had antibodies. So like there are these like things coming out that, hey, this might have been here since the fall. There might have been way more than thought. The death rate might be way lower. Like those might be freak occurrences.
I agree. And I think the overreaction of quarantine did save some people's lives no matter what. And it saved a lot of people from getting really, really sick. And God knows what other complications that would have led to. The point being is we had already committed to this quarantine. We're at the home stretch. Yeah. I know May 15th seems like a long way, but I actually think if everyone follows through, shit's gonna reopen and slowly get back to normal.
Yeah.
As opposed to why take the risk at this? Like, what is the mindset of the beachgoer that is going to the beach?
You know what the mindset is? I'm not wasting another sunny day.
Yeah, you just had enough.
But you live in California. 90% of the time it's sunny.
I agree with you.
I mean,
to me, it's like asking what's the mindset though of someone who, started working out in January and gave up in March. It's like you just give in. You just can't take it anymore.
So I have a thought, and I want to hear your opinions. In my opinion, the first 2 weeks of March in our bubble here in West Hollywood, Los Angeles area, that is the most dangerous it will be for us with COVID, because any reopening is going to be some form of social distancing. We're wearing masks. We're not going to concerts. We're not going to basketball games. Right before the lockdown, the Lakers played at Staples Center to a sellout crowd.
Oh, yeah.
We were at Nice Guy in a crowded restaurant.
Yeah.
We were just like going about things in crowded areas. That's not going to happen until there's a vaccine.
Yeah.
So have we passed the most dangerous part of this?
Yeah, I would say for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think you definitely
I knowingly now, not knowingly at the time, shook a carrier's hand while he was carrying it.
Yeah.
Open carry.
Open carry. And I shook, and he hugged Dee.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying we've been at risk.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. I don't know. I have no idea. But here's the thing. If it has been here since the fall and the cases are way higher and 3 out of the 6 of us have antibodies, then it's much less scary to start opening up.
And you think about, even if we have some resemblance of a reopening, international travel is effectively zero for U.S. citizens.
Yep.
First 2 weeks of March, people were coming back from all over the goddamn world, going to the same restaurants we were going to.
Yeah, what we didn't know was happening right then was probably really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How about did you guys listen to this the daily podcast about, we talked about the protests, about like where the funding, if you kind of follow the chain of these protests, where it all leads to. Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, and it's really interesting. So I was just listening to it randomly because I wanted to see if they actually exposed how these protests actually happen. And I think it's very important that people understand that when you see a protest in front of a state building, that is not a bunch of random people because of like a Facebook post that everyone just shows up. It's very well organized. Mm-hmm. It's very well funded. It's very well thought through. So New York Times does this whole deep dive, and it comes out on a YouTube page that had 300 views, which is where Stephen Moore said these protesters are like Rosa Parks. And he there announces 2 groups, one in Wisconsin, one in Michigan, which were backed by the DeBoss family, which is Betsy DeBoss, who's the Secretary of Education, how they were backing the protest because they wanted get businesses reopened, which now that clearly ties the White House to it. So the idea that these are just very inspired individuals and just show up, they're being manipulated. And that's what I think is the most important thing for people to realize, is that people defying the law and going to the beach, I don't believe that they just woke up Sunday morning and said, you know what, it's a hot day. Fuck these rules. We're going to the beach. They're being manipulated. They're being manipulated by the media. They're being manipulated on Facebook. There are Facebook posts that the New York Times goes through that shows the same through lines that show that they're from the same person, that what is manipulating the people in Wisconsin and Michigan.
And Trump tweeted it.
Yeah.
Trump tweeted like freedom for
liberate.
Liberate Wisconsin or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and so while people think they are defending their freedom, they're actually just a pawn in a billionaire's ploy on some political agenda. And what New York Times is doing a great job of exposing is that this little kind of groundswell of protesting could lead to a lot of support for Donald Trump come November. Is that right now it's small, it's like 5,000 people, but millions of people are watching it because guess who's giving it a lot of notice? Fox News is giving notice. CNN is giving notice that, there's all these people protesting. And they're like, you know what? These people are fucking up with my freedom. So these people are protesting for what they think is their freedom. What they're really doing is just being a pawn in a billionaire's agenda. Yep. And that's what's really sad and scary is that like you think you're going to the beach and defying something and a billionaire is like, these fucking morons went to the beach so that my business is going to thrive and I'm going to reelect President Trump because I like the tax cuts he keeps giving me. And you morons can all go get COVID. And guess what? That billionaire is not out there protesting because he knows it's a fucking contagious disease.
You know, they test everyone that walks in the White House every day that's near Trump for COVID.
Yeah.
So if this thing isn't that serious, why are they doing that?
Yeah. And
you're liberating states to cause the spread.
And you're also like all of these rallies for freedom to go to the beach. What they were saying was it's also like a roundabout way of having a Trump rally.
Yes. And
it's like a Trump protest because all these people are holding Trump signs.
Yeah. And then he walked back Georgia. When Georgia reopened on Friday, he goes, I strongly disagree. Didn't you just tell all the states to reopen?
Yeah. Didn't you just liberate fucking Wisconsin?
Yeah.
It's so wild, man. And I just wish, this is one thing I take away from like, I'll say the last few years. I don't know why they aren't, but I wish the good guys, I wish the smart people were better at marketing.
And the problem is, I'll tell you why. So I've been running, I've been listening to podcasts recently, and I listened to Mark Cuban, I listened to Chamath, I listened to a bunch of these. The problem is the smartest people on these topics, like Mark Cuban, Recode, Decode,
that was great,
incredible. Yeah. Problem is, he's on Recode, Decode, which nobody fucking listens to.
That's true. He's got to go on Barstool.
Go with El Presidente and Joe Rogan.
Yes,
but why is that? They're
that's
shitty.
The problem is,
Cuban is pretty open. He'll literally do any interview, it seems like. Maybe Joe Rogan doesn't want him on because there's no way Cuban would say no.
I don't think he knows that Rogan is that influential.
Yes, Mark Cuban's an idiot.
Mark Cuban's done like niche cryptocurrency podcasts.
I think, look, the smart people think that Recode, Decode is a better outlet for you to talk about what you talk about than Joe Rogan. I think that they think that.
Recode, Decode, unfortunately, reaches some people in San Francisco, and that's it. No one else is listening to it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I know I'm late to this. It's the Dirty Money Donald Trump. I don't even know when it came out, but I finally watched it.
Yeah.
I get why rich people voted for Trump. He's going to protect the rich.
Yeah. Totally.
He's great.
It's so publicly obvious he doesn't care about the average person, but they can't see through this.
No, they can't.
No, they can't. It's just basic marketing.
There's a scene in the documentary. I think one of the tenants where he's going to get evicted said, yeah, Trump's good for business. I'm going to vote for Trump.
That's Kushner. That's the Kushner one? Yeah. Okay. The Baltimore, the little fat guy.
Yeah, but why is no one that's doing the right thing good at marketing it?
Yeah, the problem is they're too highbrow and they kind of, I think they look down.
Yeah.
And that's the problem is that like these really, like Naval went on Joe Rogan and became famous.
Yep.
Like nobody knew who the fuck he was before that. I mean, like we've known who he was because of Angel List, but no one knew who he was.
Yeah,
Naval just knew. Naval said in that podcast that he was nervous and he was working on his self-talk leading up to that Joe Rogan interview.
That's crazy because he's a calm dude.
Yes. So he said he was sitting in the waiting room or whatever, like talking himself out of freaking out.
Yeah, and that's why like the problem is the really smart people that understand and get what's going on. They're in their own eco. Like I listen to the David Sachs thing. It's great.
Those guys are brilliant.
But the problem is they're just kind of jerking each other off on their really smart podcasts and that no one's listening to.
Only Silicon Valley's listening.
Exactly. And no one, and everyone unfortunately hates them.
Yeah, it's true.
He needs to go on Joe Rogan. He needs to go on bar.
But
He
if
needs to
Joe
go.
Rogan's requiring in-person interviews, none of these guys are showing up. I don't
they
care
know.
how much they're testing.
But you know what? Our
Yeah.
president.
Well, right now though, this is just such a small window. Where were they
right.
the last 5 years?
Yeah, I mean, I think they were just enjoying life. I mean, they were.
I know, but now you got fucked.
Yeah.
Now you have Joe Biden,
Yeah.
and you have, these protests for people going outside that are working. Like now it's too late.
Yeah.
Because also I think that the people that believe in like their freedom to go to the beach and Donald Trump and whatever, that movement is so big and powerful now. Because that marketing has paid off for the last 5 years.
Yeah, and that's the problem is that they think that like they're just getting manipulated. It's so frustrating to watch people. They're gonna die because some billionaire backed a protest.
Yep.
Just because he wants his business.
Or they're going to kill their dad or mom or aunt.
Or themselves.
Or themselves.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that got dark. So let's move on. One of the biggest stories, we're already too late now, but is that Trump, I don't think we even got a chance to talk about it on here unless you guys did after I left. Trump recommended that everyone drink bleach.
Yeah.
I took some this weekend.
You did? How was it?
Yeah, I feel good.
Feel good? You cleaned the inside of your
I
lungs
was at
out?
the beach and then took some bleach right after.
Caught some
Chug a
bleach
little bit.
goes.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you guys never drank bleach before? I'm not saying I have, but have you not?
Why would I ever drink bleach?
You can pass drug tests by drinking.
Why am I getting drug tested?
You also pass
curious.
life tests. You die.
I've had friends who've drinking bleach.
Okay, so
before.
Trump said sort of, and I don't want to be part of the left-wing news here. He stupidly suggested maybe we look into the power that essentially Purell has on your hands.
Yeah.
If you could somehow do that to the inside of your body.
Yeah. So I get his theory.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking the theory.
Yeah.
He's just not eloquently translating the message of what he wants
which he's
to do.
never been good at. So everyone freaks out. Of course, now, what's her name? Deborah Bricks?
Yeah.
Dr. Briggs.
Burks, sorry.
Burks.
Deborah Burks, who is the poor doctor that during this rant about Lysol, he kept looking at her. And there's a video that came out of her like response, and she's literally just sitting there like dead staring at him.
Yeah.
She is so frustrated. I'm sure Fauci, all these people are, because now what's all over the news since Thursday is not ways to actually solve this. It's, oh my gosh, can you believe Trump said we should all drink Lysol?
And that's what she's pissed off about, is that this is what we're all
Honestly,
talking about.
she got famous in the last month. No
Big
one
time.
knew who she was.
Big
now
time.
her scarves are famous.
Yeah.
She has nothing to complain about.
No, she's doing great personally.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I can understand if you're really fighting, it must be so frustrating. If you're really like a pure health person and you're at the epicenter of this fuckery and you're watching this go down and you're like, oh my God, like we're trying to give real information.
Yeah.
And the whole country has been obsessed for the last 4 days about this drinking Lysol comment.
I think for a doctor, even though whatever, she got famous, get wealthy, whatever it is, her and Fauci, like they mean well. They're working hard. They're trying to figure it out. And unfortunately, they're getting undermined when all this stuff comes out. And like, it's got to be extremely frustrating for everyone in the medical profession, doctors, nurses, because you see there was like this surge of usage of Clorox and all these things that people were using on their body. It's going to cause a clog at the hospitals.
Yep.
There was a surge in purchases.
Yes.
I mean, listen, man, I'm going to say something really fucked up right now. But if you drink cleaning stuff and you die, we weeded out the stupid ones,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's like, how do you, come on.
Yeah.
Like those people were going to walk in front of a bus anyway.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time.
I mean, come on, man. It's like,
They're high risk.
I can't believe.
I mean, Pete's friends are drinking bleach.
Oh, yeah.
They're idiots.
Tide Pods.
But look, Pete made it to LA and the other ones are back with lost brain
Dead.
cells
Yeah.
in Wisconsin.
We're dead.
Pete's,
That's nature
Pete's,
at work.
Skin looks like he drank bleach.
True.
For some
Macaroni.
macaroni. I look like I drink bleach.
You know who didn't go outside and get a tan this weekend?
Me.
Pete. But I did see Pete out shooting models and Pete was doing
I
bikini
was
photo
distanced.
shoots. I'm just saying, to our followers, I know diehard group chat listeners follow Pete. This guy's out there doing photo shoots with girls in
I don't know about
bikinis.
these photo shoots you're doing, Pete.
Yeah, for alcohol companies. I know how those shoots end.
You want to drink?
Oh, come on, drink some of the product. Let's just go inside and look at the
You
photo.
guys make me sound so
Oh,
bad.
where'd my pants go?
Whoa, why are we naked?
Okay, yeah. Okay, you want to move on to some pop culture,
Yes.
good non-corona stuff?
Yeah.
Travis Scott, we talked about it last week. Travis Scott did his big Fortnite concert. Massive success. I did see it all over cool Instagram.
All right, I'll be honest.
What?
I downloaded it.
You're a fraud.
I downloaded it. I logged in. I created an account, and I could not, for the life of me, figure out where the concert was.
Yeah, I knew it. I wouldn't be able to figure it out. I have no idea.
Didn't you see the signs?
No, it said astronomical experience is about to start any minute now. I was
You have
like,
to
great.
walk and find it?
No. It just, there was like a little banner, and I was like, I kept clicking it. So like, do you want to get geared up? I'm like, are you trying to hustle
Yeah,
me
you were
for
supposed
like?
to buy some merch.
I'm like, were you supposed to buy like an axe or whatever it is to get in? I was like,
Travis
I'm
Scott
not buying an
axe.
axe. I want to see some music first.
So
Yeah.
let's be clear. Dee's admitting publicly that
Yes.
12.3 million people are smarter than he is.
Yes.
Well, in some way, I guess so.
So I tried. I went. I mean, I ended up seeing.
12.3 million Fortnite users attending a Travis Scott
14-year-olds.
concert
Yeah.
are smarter than Dee.
I literally, I sat there and I'm like, because I was convinced that you could see the concert without playing the stupid game.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, does your character have to go find it?
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, it said like, do you want to join this? Do you want to do that? I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I want to see the fucking concert. So then finally, after 10 minutes, I give up. I go on Twitter. Someone's streaming it, so I watch it.
Yep.
I mean, it's cool, but like, if you've never been to a Travis Scott concert, that ain't it.
Well, that's
I've seen
the 12.
Travis Scott live.
Yeah.
I saw him at not Poppy.
11.
No, besides 11, what's even a smaller place? What was before Peppermint?
Yeah, you're right. God, what was
Beverly? Hooray Henry's?
that? Hooray Henry's.
Henry's. I saw him right in front of me
Yeah.
performing. That is way better than your stupid fucking game for 12-year-olds that has an axe or whatever they were selling you.
Yeah,
So-
but those 12 point whatever million people have never had even close to that experience.
Yeah.
Maybe like 0.2 of them
Yeah, I've
have been
seen
in the
him-
top deck
I've
of us.
gotten definitely sweat on me from Travis
You got
Scott.
droplets of
Yes.
Travis Scott.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. If he had Corona, I got it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the bubble. No one from the bubble was in.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, I could not believe how hard it was because they had a picture of him. I was like, oh, okay, it's going to be really easy. It says, we're going to install 8.8 gigabytes on your phone. 8.8 gigabytes? Why do I need that many gigabytes on my...
You were on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh.
What I
That's how I
noticed
felt trying to watch fucking
Last Dance?
last
yeah.
dance.
By the way, I don't know if I should say this or not. A friend sent me. I have all the episodes of Last
Yeah.
Dance.
I got that link. I don't want to see it.
Wait,
Why?
Because I
link
want to
of-
make it a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Does Billions start tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Just speaking of moments. Yeah.
Either this week or next week. Oh, yeah, because Homeland's last episode tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
tonight's a big night.
Yes. Speaking of moments.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. What were you saying about Last Dance?
No, not
Or
Last
about
Dance.
Fortnite?
Travis Scott, what I saw just casually observing Twitter, young people were freaking out. Old people thought it was stupid.
Oh yeah, I don't think you even get that. Like, it's like TikTok. You don't even understand that form of digital communication unless you're
Like,
16.
I saw Rusty losing his mind on Twitter.
Well,
Rusty,
Rusty's-
we're gonna have to talk to you. I mean,
Rusty's
Rusty
in the
is a
demo.
guy that's gone to Coachella, gone to concerts. Why do you care if this robot-looking dude? What's outside? That's not cool. That's not good.
Well, you have to understand is if you play that game all the time, like getting a new gun upgrade is like big
Fine,
news.
I get the gun. You get to shoot people.
You just admit you don't understand it.
no.
You don't understand the hype.
Yeah, that's what he's admitting.
Forget the game. I 100% admit that. My problem is like, I'm gonna take Rusty, who listens to the podcast. He's what he calls hype geek. That's what he calls him. He's in the esports industry. He's actually experienced Travis Scott live.
Yeah,
It
but-
doesn't compare to whatever the
Maybe
game
he's
thing.
playing his
different.
brand.
Yeah.
It's
Because
totally
he's got a
different.
bunch of
but-
gamers that follow him. He's like, I got to get hyped because this is a big moment for us.
It's different. It's like if you, I'm trying to compare it. It's like if you like spend a lot of time on Instagram and then Travis Scott does a live show on Instagram Live that's
Yes.
really well produced. You're
I
like,
get it.
wow, this
Okay.
is sick
So
for
it's-
Instagram.
So I
it's-
think if you're a 13 or 14, like I didn't go to my first concert till I was 18 years old. So if I was 14 years old and my favorite artist at that, probably when I was 14 was like Tupac or whoever it was, and I got to see them through this, I'd get it. But given what I just watched,
yeah.
that shit is
It's not to be compared to a live performance.
Yeah, it's a different medium.
No, but I
it's-
think that's what
That's what you compared
people
it to,
want
though.
you to believe.
No.
No. It's compared to your normal Fortnite experience.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
And
It's
this
like
is
take if baseline is normal
Everyone's like,
experience
this
in
is the
world.
future. I'm like, this is the future. Music is done.
Well, it
This is like a
it is
future.
partly the future, yeah.
It's like a future option. Like we're now opening it up where he can do a concert like this, and it's in this virtual world, and you can attend, and it's like
Okay.
that coolness.
Okay, but next
not
year
gonna be
when
compared.
Travis does Coachella in
Yes.
April, and when he drops,
But that's probably what people who were passionate about like full albums thought when iTunes started releasing singles.
it's just experiential
I know,
feeling.
I know.
You just can't compare.
But you're old.
Yeah, I am.
Compared to-
I'm from an era where you actually had fun, not that you pretend on a video game.
No, ridiculous. Now you get a good gamer chair and all your fun happens there.
Yeah, a hot keyboard, right, Rusty?
Yeah. Okay, also, did you guys see, so the big hype was Kanye West officially became a billionaire.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to Kanye West. Now, Forbes is the one who put out that article. Remember, they had an amazing feature on Kanye, I guess, 6-9 months ago? I don't know.
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
Where it said Kanye West $1 billion Yeezy empire, right? Didn't coin him a billionaire. So apparently, as you would imagine, he was really upset about that. So Forbes wrote this article saying, all right, you're a billionaire. And they wrote, did you guys read it?
Yeah, I read
No,
it.
I didn't. That's one of the
It is
articles I didn't get to
so
read.
good.
Yeah, it's
They
really
wrote
good.
this article just roasting him and essentially saying, Kanye has been texting us personally. He thinks this is a racial issue. He thinks that we are purposely snubbing him. He's really offended that Kylie's a billionaire. He says that he is now worth $3.3 billion.
Okay.
But we got all of his financials because his team sent it, and we estimate, and they break down all the reasons why. Yes, you're right, Kanye. You are now officially worth probably 1.3. Congratulations. We know this means so much to you. Like they
Oh
just
my
played him
God.
out
Oh, I
so
didn't see
hard.
that.
And
I
they
gotta
even
read.
ended it with he must be taking after his mentor Donald Trump, which he's still super in love with because one of his texts to us ended with Trump 2020 and a black fist emoji.
No way.
wow.
I didn't catch that
That's
part.
the end of the article.
So last night I watched the Dirty Money Trump and read this article, and I was like, he
Same
actually
playbook.
is just emulating
Yeah.
Trump, because Trump's playbook was he used to harass reporters that wouldn't
Yeah.
call him a billionaire.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is all Kanye's doing. So a few things from the article. He has 17 million in cash, 35 million in stocks, and 81 million in buildings and improvements.
Real estate.
Yeah, real estate. So here's what they're valuing the billion. He's a billionaire. Last year, he received 140 million in royalties from Yeezy.
Fuck, that's a lot.
That's so much.
If you assume that for the next 5 years that
Yeah.
he's going to have this steady state of cash flow, he's absolutely a billionaire because
Yeah.
you would price that cash flow.
I would say 10.
Because they 10x his.
Yeah, they 10x his cash flow.
Yeah.
But
And
he's
then they
gotta
give it a
save
couple.
his money, man. 17 in cash and 30. I mean, where's all the money going? He's been making 140 not just last year.
It probably last 5 years.
It also makes me realize how dangerous all of this. I mean, Kanye might just be untouchable from like a PR perspective.
Yeah.
But man, if people turn on him, like people are already turning on.
I don't think they
Yeezy.
are. I mean, like the worst possible press that a rapper, black
It's
rapper
Trump.
could get, he got, and his shoe sales have not slowed
So
down.
here's all I'm saying. They said that Yeezy, I think, did 1.4 or something like
Right.
that in revenue. What I'm saying is, compared to last year, what Yeezy shoes mean to the market is different. They're already like
yeah, anyone can get
played
them.
out.
Yeah.
Anyone can get it. So can you sustain 1 point whatever billion in revenue for the next 5 years? Is
I
my
personally
thing.
think yes, because I think there's enough of a fan base
Yep.
that doesn't care about political, doesn't care about accessibility. They just care. They love him the same way 12.3 million people watched a cartoon sing a song.
You're really, that's really, it's
Yeah.
really bothering you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they like the cartoon, they like Kanye.
Yeah. I think that Kanye has just crossed over to like Jordan. Like Jordan
Yes.
shoes, you wear, they have their own thing, even if you don't give a fuck about Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordans
Yeah,
mean
most
something.
people who wear Jordans now never saw him play.
Yeah. Like I think Yeezys just mean something.
Yeah, it's just part of popular culture.
But they did talk about how like the reason why they value it so low is because the headline is he owns 100% of the Yeezy brand, which did $1 billion. That seems like a really big number, but the entire infrastructure is Adidas.
Yeah.
So if Adidas walked away, or I think they have a 5-year deal,
Yeah.
you go to zero.
It's impossible. at scale to produce that much product without Adidas.
Impossible.
It's so hard.
yeah.
I'll give you an example.
Just
We
quality
make shoes.
control,
We make
everything.
shoes. It is so fucking hard to get shoes delivered
Yeah.
every single month with perfect quality. It's so hard.
But that would be a fear. Is that like, what if he starts beefing with Adidas?
I don't think so. I think
Or he
that-
just walks away.
I think is their
He
advantage.
seems like a
crazy enough
loose
to walk
cannon. He
away.
seems like, yeah, in Wisconsin we have these facilities built. We're going to be doing it all now.
Man, that's a lot of 140 million a year is a lot to walk away from.
I know. Okay. Well, that's the update. So everyone should read that article. I just can't believe Forbes. I mean, he has to be furious.
No, I don't think so. He got crowned a billionaire.
But read the article.
I understand what you're saying. In his mind, he probably didn't read the article. He's just like, I'm a
And
billionaire.
his fans not reading the article either.
There's no way, because they just watched a cartoon perform like a light. Like a light.
Can I clarify one thing? Did they just play the Travis Scott songs?
He didn't
it wasn't
perform
like,
them.
but I'm saying like it wasn't even like a live recording, right?
There's no way.
He previewed the new song though there before releasing it.
Yeah,
then later.
but he just played an
But I'm
MP3.
just saying
Right.
it was
But, like,
MP3s. It wasn't.
He
even,
probably wasn't even watching.
he was
He's
nowhere
a-
to be seen. He was fucking didn't even know what was happening.
No, he was having dinner and he just
No,
he's like these nerds are gonna just
because I saw on Instagram he was smoking like blunt after blunt. So
Yeah, because he just made $30 million.
he made $30 million. You're like, this is real? These guys, these fucking dorks don't even want to see me perform? This is best case.
Remember-
Travis
I mean-
Scott is the biggest winner of coronavirus.
Yeah, that's a fact. Remember, Anand, when we used to really like go back and forth about, and I don't think we really had a side, but like, could Travis Scott break through?
Yeah.
You know, like he has this crazy following. People go crazy at his shows, but he doesn't really have like hit records yet. Can he break through? And
Yeah.
like he's now the
Oh,
biggest.
yeah,
Biggest.
he's broke through. I think we had that conversation after we saw him open for Kendrick,
Yeah.
and we saw the passion his fans have. His
Yeah.
fans are nuts.
Yeah. They're Kanye fans.
He scaled it.
Kanye. He has that Kanye fan base that Kanye had like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah, I would argue he's more influential. I don't know.
Kanye was very
I mean, he did
influential.
the same playbook.
I'm saying today,
right? He knocked up the same family.
Yeah, yeah, get in there. I'm just saying one for one, like actually getting people to show up somewhere. I feel like Kanye's fans are like, he's this crazy genius and like, you gotta love him. Travis is like, we fucking love everything he does.
Man, I mean, I'm a Kanye fan. I would have done anything. I would have.
But would have. Is he on
And
the,
you were also older. Like the Travis fan has been a fan of Travis since they were like 16,
I
17.
know, but like,
I'm not saying Kanye peak Kanye, I'm saying right now.
I'm saying Kanye 10 years ago would have had the same fan base. It's just social media didn't exist.
No, I know. So is it the perfect storm of knocking up the most
Yeah,
most relevant Jenner?
yeah,
And you have social media. I mean, I feel like he's the biggest.
yeah. I mean, to me, he's the coolest, biggest. He's a rock star.
Like who's truly more influential,
Than
Travis or Drake?
Travis, by
Right?
far.
yeah, Drake's more popular. Travis is more influential.
Drake's
Drake's
music.
songs are more popular.
Yeah.
Drake hasn't influenced fashion
No.
the way
No,
Travis has.
not popular. Drake doesn't influence like.
He just makes better songs.
Yeah.
So Travis is the most influential artist.
Yes. Right
lot.
now.
Okay. Can we talk about the man behind Corona?
Yes.
The man with the microchips, the man trying to do mind control, the man taking this rare opportunity to get inside of our blood and control our decisions moving forward.
Yes. What's that guy's name?
His name is Bill Gates.
Fuck
Yes.
Bill.
And he is the proud owner, as we talked about, of a new $40+ million estate in Del Mar.
And
We got more info? What do we got?
We got some interesting info. So apparently, we were wondering how this information even got leaked.
Okay.
And I get a DM from a Kathy. I have insider info on the Del Mar Bill Gates transaction. It was purchased through a trust, but was leaked by a successful realtor, Laura Berry. Laura is a little
Wow.
jealous because she didn't represent either side. And if you're going to go to Del Mar, you better fucking call Laura. She's like what Russell Crowe in American Gangster. When you cross this side of the
Yeah.
bridge, you better call Laura.
Holy cow.
Laura's pissed. So she leaked it. She had no money to be made. Gates already has 2 huge estates in Rancho Santa Fe, where his daughter lives, and his parents. So he has $100 million of real estate. So this is why he's like planting his seeds in San Diego. And Laura just a little...
Laura's a snake.
Yeah, she's
Why
a
would
little
you
bitter.
do that though? Like to such a wealthy potential client
I
one
mean,
day.
Laura better watch her back.
Yeah, Laura's gonna all of a sudden come up with coronavirus
Yeah.
and a microchip.
Yeah. So maybe that's why he bought in Del Mar. If his daughter lives there, she's recently
And her
engaged.
and his parents.
Yeah.
So it
Just
makes
shoot
sense
down,
now.
spend some time with the daughter.
Spends time with
She
daughter.
recently engaged the polo player.
The polo player,
Stay
yeah.
at house number 3.
Yeah. And then Laura was like, you know what? You didn't buy through me? Fuck you.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
not good for her business.
No. If I was a billionaire, I wouldn't use Laura.
If you're a real estate agent
Hell
that's
no.
selling homes in that price range, you're dealing with people that want privacy.
Yeah.
And a smaller bucket.
Yeah. Like 100 people.
Yeah, like they're gonna be like, oh, she's the girl who did that to Bill.
Yeah.
And what did that even matter? Like, people are forgetting about it now. It's over.
It was just for.
Yeah.
She was probably just pissed at the
Nope.
moment and was like,
Right.
"You want to?"
It's going to kill her long term.
everyone-
Laura, when I'm ready to buy in Del Mar, I'm not using you.
I mean, anyone,
Yeah, Laura.
anyone
When I
who's-
have that 40+ million, you're not getting it.
yeah,
And
anyone
what
who-
you know what I'm going to do in my Del Mar house? Mow it down. I'm going to grow weeds.
Yeah,
or
I'm gonna
weed?
grow weed.
Weeds. Just literally weeds.
Okay.
So it's unlivable around
And
me.
say, "Fuck you, Laura."
Yeah.
Ruining the neighborhood. What were you saying, Anand?
I mean, she ruined her business. Anyone who's going down to San Diego that can buy in that price range will know to stay away from her.
Yeah. Or billionaires are like petty and catty, and they're like, "Yeah, fuck Bill Gates. I'll buy from Laura."
Yeah.
That could work too.
He gave us the virus.
Yeah.
If I was Bill Gates' daughter's husband, I'd get into real estate in Del Mar.
He's a polo player. What does he need to do?
You need a career after. You need a hobby afterwards.
Yeah.
Sell houses. Okay. You want to talk about sports?
Yep.
Okay. Big winner during Corona. DraftKings. DraftKings went public on Friday. Instantly jumped. Obviously, I'm sure traffic and everything's through the roof. Whatever. There's going to be winners.
DraftKings is through the roof, and you can't bet on one sport.
Sounds like the stock market.
Sounds like the stock market, but I mean,
So it's apparently it's
Yeah, you're
unclear. I couldn't get the market cap, but it looks like it's around $3.5 billion is the market cap. I couldn't even get the financials because it was this IPO happened through a SPAC, and so I'm curious to see once I sit and get all the information how much revenue they actually do, how much money they. I'm sure they're losing money, and then I believe in sports gambling as a profitable industry going forward because legalization, it's sports gambling is going to be federally legal quicker than marijuana will be because
Yep.
we love the NFL. And the best example of that is Last Dance last week got 6.5 million viewers. This is
and that was
the
harder
most
to watch than Travis on Fortnite, by the way.
double.
No, I'm saying that was harder to watch.
Yes, harder to watch.
Yeah.
No, come on.
Yes. It's a joke. I have to
No,
freaking
impossible to watch that.
Comcast.
So Travis got 12.5 million viewers
Yeah.
on Fortnite, which is the biggest video game, like whatever, right?
Yep.
Last Dance, the most important man of our generation, got 6.5 million viewers. The NFL draft, which is a total horseshit experience, got 15 million viewers.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Insane.
I mean, people have
And
nothing
you know-
to do. You can't watch any sports.
But here's the thing. I actually sat and watched probably 30 minutes of the back half of the first round. It was horrendous.
Yeah.
It was horrendous. People are just sitting in their home. These coaches, and they're like, for the most part, very poorly furnished homes, except for Cliff Kingsbury of the Arizona Cardinals who had a fly house.
Yeah.
All these guys, you guys make $8 million a year. You have shitty
I think
furnished
they're
homes.
purposely like dressed
No,
down.
that's
their
like the
homes.
Netflix CEO. I saw his he was in a kid's bedroom with a bunk bed doing
Yeah.
his earnings call. Get the fuck out of here.
And so the NFL draft, the only cheating that they had is it was on ABC and ESPN. And Last Dance was
combined?
only on ESPN.
I mean, ESPN is like
cord cutters-
basic cable.
cord
But are
cutters-
those numbers combined numbers, obviously?
Yeah, they're combined numbers. But the real shocking thing is days 2 and 3, which is like the rounds no one cares about, unless you're a diehard football fan, had like 8 million viewers each.
Yeah.
Which is more than Last Dance.
That's just the hunger for anything
I
sport.
think
No, but
NFL.
Last Dance should have had that.
I'm telling you, it was too fucking hard to watch.
That's unbelievable.
I'm telling you, it was.
I think it's on there, by the way. ESPN Plus. Someone DM me and said, "Oh, here's the secret to watch it on
Pete's
Netflix."
nodding yes.
Secret on Netflix. VPN. Say you live in another country. Get to watch it on Netflix.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, looks like I'm watching Last Dance. I mean, now I have them, but they're in that crappy like Dropbox folder or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't look. I also think that Last Dance. This is what I think that people. Last Dance is only people that cared passionately about Jordan. So it secludes a little bit.
It's pretty
also
fucking big. More than 6.5
I know, but
million
I'm just saying
people.
it's also a little bit more thoughtful. People like right now, what's happening now? Oh, freaking that guy, my team's going to win this year because blah, blah, blah just went to blah, blah, blah. Like it's very right now mindless.
And once we get the international numbers on Last Dance, it'll be insane.
Yeah.
And the highlight of the draft for me was Jerry Jones was picking for the Cowboys, and he was on his yacht.
No.
That's hot.
You could see it?
Yeah. I mean, you could just tell it's a yacht. It's sick.
And it was like they weren't trying to hide it.
God, that's sick.
And the guy he picked, C.D. Williams.
C. Lamb.
He
That was good too.
which he kind of came and said, "Yo, chill." He had two phones. One when he was on the phone with,
Oh, I
probably
saw
with Jerry
that.
Jones.
Saw that.
The other was his girlfriend grabbed his phone to like look at it or whatever, and he grabbed it from her.
That was viral.
Yeah, that went viral.
I mean,
guy.
relatable content. You
Yeah.
know? People love
Rough
it.
start to the NFL for him
Yeah.
and his girlfriend and their relationship.
Yeah.
That happened. Literally, there was a video of Offset playing Twitch streaming, playing games, and you hear Cardi coming in like, "Babe, where are you?" And coming in the room, and he grabs his phone off the desk and puts it under his butt. And she walks in and talks to him. He's like, "Yeah," and then she leaves, and he pulls it back out.
Then he wasn't making a joke. He was just
No,
I mean, I can't imagine what's going on in a rapper's phone.
I'm just saying you're
That
caught.
is honestly, if that was a Fortnite show, rapper's phone, that should get 30 million viewers.
Oh yeah, I'd tune in. I'd
I
figure out how to
I
use
would
Fortnite
die
for
to
that.
see what
Yeah.
a top 10 rapper's phone text messages are
Yeah.
and FaceTimes.
Agreed. Okay. Side note. Good news for the NBA. They made a little move to come back.
Yeah.
It looks like in areas where the lockdown has been lifted, the NBA is letting players use their team's practice facilities.
Great.
So, I mean, also interesting look into how corporations treat these different lockdowns. We talked about it before. Like, as a corporation, do you have one blanket rule or do you follow the rules of your local area? So, hey, if Georgia's okay with it, so is the team.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, it's going to be curious how they handle because now you have like 12 teams that can technically start practicing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the rest of the league that can't.
Yeah, that also seems unfair.
And it sounds like the NBA's
They're
gunning
going to come
for a
back.
reopen.
I think they're going to come back.
And
I think they're
bubble,
coming
they're
back
gonna do
this,
something
like for the end of this
summer.
year.
No. I think this summer NBA's back. We see an NBA Finals before the next season.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some abridged version of the playoffs.
Yeah.
With some abridged number of teams.
And guess what? They're going to hand LeBron the title for the Lakers because the Lakers and LeBron winning the year Kobe dies is great for sports.
Yeah.
It's great
Great
for
for
America.
Luckily, we have the soundbite of you saying LeBron's a loser.
Yep.
And I'll be at that parade, though, with my mask.
Socially distanced parade.
Yeah, socially distanced.
Oh my
7
gosh.
million people socially distanced. I've been to all those
man.
Laker parades
Yeah, they're
back in the
fun.
day. They're fun.
Okay, and then a little bit of business talk. We got some more earnings this week. What's happening this week?
This is the big week. This
Okay.
is Super Bowl week.
This is the week we know how big the fraud is.
This is the bloodbath week.
Google,
the bloodbath of
Facebook,
earnings, the rise
Amazon.
of the stock prices.
Yeah,
So the truth comes out this week.
this is it.
And they're obviously just throughout the week, right?
Yeah.
It's this week, next week, into May.
The only company in my eyes that can successfully report an earnings and deserve their stock to go up will be Amazon.
And their stock will go down.
Because they didn't set it
'Cause that
going up
makes
100%, they went 500 and we wanted 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Everyone else should get clobbered, but we'll see what happens.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm really excited. There's going to be a lot to talk about this week.
Yeah.
And this is our last story.
Yeah.
Big problem in the beer industry. So obviously, once again, I can't say it enough. This thing is affecting a lot of different people. The same way, I would say this is very similar to the Wuhan fentanyl market. The same way that things are being slowed down, the beer industry is having the same problem, right? Bars are closed. People are just obviously out drinking beer less. They have a bunch of kegs that are going stale. So actually more similar to oil, I'd say.
Yeah.
So if you want a really big discount, try to get yourself a couple kegs of beer before it goes stale and a couple jugs of oil. You can get a really good deal.
Yeah.
You know? What do we think?
There's millions of barrels of beer stuck in bars and restaurants. And that's it. We're fucked.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bad one. I don't...
Gotta send Pete to the stadiums.
You need like
Yeah.
60 to 500,000 Pete's to get out there and drink that beer.
Let me tell you where you can find them, right? Wisconsin.
You know
Yeah.
what? You know, if I'm a restaurant and I got stuck with like, you know, those like annoying ass sports bars with like 500 like
Yeah.
beers. You know, those are the idiots that are stuck with all the beer.
Yard House.
Yard House.
Love Yard House.
500
Yeah, you do love-
IPAs, whatever.
Yeah.
If I'm them, just say to go IPAs. You order food, you get free IPA.
Yeah.
Just get rid of it
Just get rid of
because
it.
it's gonna go
if
bad.
if it's a storage issue, it's just stupid not to.
Yeah.
Just be like, we'll
Yeah,
give
that's a
away.
rough
It's
one.
like $5.
You order a 7,000 calorie cheese fries and buffalo wings and get a gallon of beer.
Boom.
Why not?
How much is in a bottle of IPA? Like 300 calories, probably. If a light beer is 140.
Yeah.
That sounds about
Roughly,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to be able to flip that for marketing, right? What else are you going to do? It's just
Yeah.
going to go stale.
Because it's not gonna, even if the country reopens like mid to end of May, you won't consume the beer fast enough.
Oh, no.
In a 50% capacity.
No.
No chance.
Okay. All right. That's all we got. Do we have a millennial word?
No.
We don't?
But what we do have is this really, really, really cool new show that might do better than group chat very soon.
Better
I'm having
than,
big predictions.
Better than The Last Dance, I heard.
Yeah.
I hope it does well. Then we'll just own you, pay your shit
Yeah,
salary,
we'll do-
and make all the money.
We'll do one episode a week, and you guys do 7.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
No problem with that.
Yeah.
So the tides might be turning, surely not in the payroll segment, but maybe just in the content segment. So the roundup over on IGTV or on our YouTube, you can check it out.
What are you guys doing? You're recording that live,
I
and then
know,
how are you editing it into that cool format?
I have.
We can't tell all of our secrets.
Yeah.
But you're recording it on live.
Yeah, we're doing a little bit of everything.
On Zoom.
We're zooming, then we're doing some back recording, then I'm doing some back editing.
So it's not on IG Live. It goes on YouTube, and it goes on IGTV.
Correct.
Well,
no
it
one
looks
watches
great.
IGTV.
People watch the
I think
sampler.
3,000 people have watched it so far on IGTV.
Show me the insights on how many people watched.
Don't
percentage
lay.
of-
Come on. Let's
yeah,
not worry
exactly.
about that.
No one's
What?
watching your IGTV.
You don't
Well,
watch
we
the,
haven't pulled the insights up
You watch
yet.
the
but-
bounce out rate.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's high. People are watching,
93%, 6 minutes.
people are
fuck
watching
outta
0.3 seconds of the rundown. But listen, all really good news.
Yep.
It looks incredible.
Right. Thank you.
D was on the first one. I was on the second one.
Yep.
Yep. So
What do you got
We're
tomorrow?
ready for you, drama.
I'm ready whenever. Let's do it tomorrow.
Wow, we might bring drama on tomorrow.
Okay,
We
tomorrow.
might.
I might make it. I
might make it.
have to pass the casting.
Hey, look, ask him how it went last time. He got muted.
Yeah, just be careful. You might get muted.
Who got muted? Anand?
On
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
He just wanted to flex.
No.
They literally muted you?
Yeah.
Because why? You were talking shit? What were you
No, I
doing?
wasn't even talking shit. I was like, how does it feel to have the power? He goes, you know how it feels? Mute.
Oh.
And Anand's over there moving his lips, and you just see his lips moving the thing, but no audio. Like on around the horn when they get muted.
That's good.
yeah, that's
okay,
good.
and what do you do on the rundown that's different than what we do?
So group chat, you guys talk about the news and stuff. We're not going to beat you at that. We talk about the internal news, what's going on with our lives. What's
They're
going
not
on
going to
behind the
beat
scenes
us
stuff.
because they're dumb.
That's what the people like.
Because we're-
stupidity. We've gone over this a million times.
We're entertaining.
That's
You
true.
simply said stupidity wins, and we're just giving the people
Yeah,
stupidity.
So
There-
last week we talked about Dee potentially getting a minivan and making Pete his chauffeur, which makes no sense to us. So we got deeper into that.
Got it.
What else did we talk about? We talked about just what we're doing in the stock market on a personal level.
Anand's weird earthquake
Oh, yeah.
backstories.
Anand has like a trauma from earthquakes.
Yeah, big
when he was
trauma.
a kid, he had to
Yeah.
sleep outside for a while.
I'm interested in drama's back. What we're gonna get out of you?
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
kind
you
of a
guys
scary
are
experience.
you guys
We're
are the
digging some
journalists.
stuff.
Yeah, dig. You guys are supposed to be the Barbara Walters here.
All you need is Zoom, so you could do it from
I got it.
your home.
Wherever you want.
We'll set you up tomorrow.
Okay, man. Cool.
Okay, big day tomorrow.
Okay. That's all we got.
Ciao.
Guys, everyone have a good week. We'll see you on Wednesday.